Hurrying, I cut a 20-minute walk down to 15. It would have been less if not for the damn wind. I almost skidded to a stop once I reached the ward, the nurses looking up in surprise when I appeared at their stations, sweaty and out of breath. "Hey," I puffed out. Jan and Trish grinned at me. "We didn't know if you were coming today," Jan said. I grinned back at Jan. "Only illness or death." Catching my meaning, she chuckled and came around the nurses' station. "They're all in the common room. Where can I change before they see me?" She shook her head in amusement. "They won't mind." "I know." I shrugged. "Alison is in the common room, so her private bathroom will be free." She gestured down the hall in the opposite direction of the common room. "Thanks, 2 minutes," I promised. "They're already here. Both of them," Jan said. Relieved, I nodded and darted through Allie's empty private room to her bathroom, the door banging shut behind me. Yanking off my sweater and jeans, I began to feel a little hum of excitement in my belly, as I always did when I was about to spend time with them. And it was about them. Really. "It is," I snapped at myself. I pulled on my green leggings and shirt and was about to button the shirt closed when the bathroom door suddenly jerked open. The breath left my body as I froze, looking up at his familiar eyes staring down at me. He was so tall, his shoulders so broad he almost filled the entire doorway. I tried to open my mouth to ask him what he thought he was doing, but the words got stuck as his gaze drifted from my eyes to my lips and down. His perusal was long and thorough, from head to toe and back up again. He lingered on the side of my bra beneath the open shirt, and when his eyes finally returned to meet mine, they were brimming with heat. His expression was determined. A mixture of fear and thrill and nervousness burst through me, finally melting my freeze as he stepped into the bathroom, locking the door. "What are you doing?" I stumbled into the wall behind me. Amusement danced in his eyes as he moved slowly, predatorily toward me. "I'm thinking that Peter Pan has never looked so sexy." Unfortunately, I was a sucker for a Scottish accent. Clearly, or I wouldn't have ended up here, so far from home. More than that, however, I was beginning to think I was a sucker for him. "Don't." I put my hand up to stop him, but he pressed his chest against it and covered my hand with his own. I stared at how small mine was in comparison, and a shiver tickled down my back and around to my breasts. My breathing faltered as he took another few steps into me until there was barely any space between us. He was so tall and I was so not, I had to tilt my head back to meet his eyes. His burned. They burned for me in a way no man's ever had. How was I supposed to resist that? And yet I knew I had to. I scowled up at him. "You should go." In answer, he pressed the entire length of his body against mine, and heat flashed through me. Excitement rippled in my lower belly. Tingling started between my legs. My nipples hardened. Angry at my body and him, I shoved at him, but it was like trying to shove a concrete wall. "This is totally inappropriate," I hissed. He grabbed my hands to stop my ineffectual shoving and gently but effectively pinned my hands above my head. My chest thrust up against him, and I gasped as my breasts swelled. Eyes dark with knowing and intent, he bent his head toward me. "Don't!" I shook my head, hating the bite in my tone, but carrying on nonetheless. "I'm not playing cave woman to your caveman." His lips twitched. "Shame that. Do you often deny yourself what you want?" "No, but I think with my head, not my vagina." He laughed, his warm breath puffing against my lips. I loved when he laughed. I loved when I made him laugh. He needed laughter more than anything. The sound thrilled me, making my belly squeeze with pleasure. And I realized it wasn't just my body betraying me, but my heart too. As if he'd seen the thought in my